The strongest characters in One Piece had to join forces just to bring down Imu-sama. It all began in chapter 1163, when the Marines were shocked by the appearance of Gorosei Saturn. If you remember, in the last chapter, Imu had completely taken over his body. And yes, Imu started attacking the Marines surrounding him, killing them one by one, just like the nearby pirates. Chaos broke out across God Valley because of Imu's rampage. The pirates and Marines began retreating in panic, commanding their men to fall back. In the next panel, several members of the Roger pirates were shown badly injured. Roger himself was worried about his crew's condition. He then ordered Scopper Gaban to pull back their wounded comrades and take the treasures they had collected back to the ship. Meanwhile, Garp furiously demanded from the other Marines who that monster attacking everyone was. They replied that it was Gorosei Saturn. Upon hearing this, Garp said he already expected the Gorosei to look like that, though it was his first time actually seeing one. Then, the scene shifted back to Imu-sama, who was now facing Zebec. Zebec asked if Imu was there to kill him, but Imu only replied by identifying him by his true name, Davy Jones. Zebec, however, denied it. He said he wasn't Davy Jones and had never even met him. Zebec added that he still remembered the promise he made to Imu-sama. But according to Imu-sama, that very promise would be the reason why Zebec would be erased from history. That's when their battle began. Imu's attacked first, striking with one of his tentacles, but Zebec quickly countered using his sword, slicing off one of Imu's limbs. In the next panel, several Marines were shown trembling as they asked their Rear Admiral if they should help Saturn against Zebec. The Rear Admiral firmly replied no, but then Garp suddenly stepped in and said yes, they would help. The Marines, confused, asked who exactly they were going to help, Zebec or Saturn. Garp simply smiled in response. Meanwhile, other Marines continued attacking the surviving members of the Roger pirates, who were trying to escape with the treasures they had taken. Speaking of treasure, would Captain John ever miss out on that? Of course not. He had his own crew, prioritizing the collection of valuable loot. Captain John even hinted at his decision to finally leave the Rocks pirates for good. As for Dragon, he was still carrying young Shanks in his arms, running as fast as he could until he spotted a marine ship nearby. Dragon planned to leave the child there to ensure his safety. But before he could, he was suddenly pulled away by an invisible force. It turned out to be the work of Captain John's Devil Fruit. Obsessed with collecting every treasure in God Valley, Captain John used his Jiki Jiki no Mi to attract all the valuables toward him like a magnet. Even Scopagaban's axe was being pulled away by the sheer magnetic force of Captain John's power. Luckily, Ganzui suddenly launched an attack just in time. Using his Bum Bum Fruit, Ganzui unleashed a massive explosion that blew Captain John to pieces, his face nearly obliterated from the blast. The explosion sent the treasures flying everywhere, along with Dragon and young Shanks. In the next panel, Shiki angrily asked Ganzui why he attacked Captain John. Ganzu replied that he simply didn't trust him. He knew Captain John would keep all the treasure for himself. Back to Garp, the Marines were shown desperately trying to stop him from attacking Imu, who was still in control of Gorosei Saturn's body. But Garp didn't care who Saturn was. All he wanted was to land a solid punch on that bastard. Meanwhile, the Rocks pirates were seen planning to launch their own attack against Imu. Then Big Mom appeared on the battlefield, furious at Kaido. But instead of attacking Kaido, she turned her rage toward Imu-sama. At that moment, Kaido, Whitebeard, Zebec, Roger, Garp, and Big Mom all attacked Imu simultaneously. Garp unleashed his Galaxy Impact. Roger struck with Kamusari. Zebec released Pandemonium. Kaido roared with Ryu. Big Mom unleashed Ioku, and Whitebeard smashed down with Hakura. It was an absolutely stunning panel, all 6 of their attacks combining into one devastating blast. Imu was almost completely obliterated by their combined might, but in an instant, he regenerated and recovered, his form returning stronger than ever. Then, Imu's unleashed an enormous wave of Conqueror's Haki, so powerful that countless Marines and pirates collapsed instantly. The shockwave even caused Dragon to drop young Shanks. The child, trembling but alive, crawled toward a treasure chest on his own. In the following panel, Big Mom and Kaido were shown talking about the devil fruit that Kaido had eaten. Garp and Roger meanwhile were arguing over whose attack had hit Imu-sama harder. But then, Imu suddenly elongated his head, and that's when he saw something. He spotted Zebec's wife and child, trying to escape from God Valley. Realizing this, Zebec immediately took action and charged at Imu-sama. However, Imu quickly countered using his tentacles, impaling Zebec multiple times. As those dark tendrils pierced through him, Imu began chanting something, casting a strange spell. He then commanded Zebec to kill his entire bloodline, including his wife and child. As expected, Zebec refused, but in response, Imu activated one of his terrifying abilities, Domi Reverse. When Imu cast the spell, Garp, Roger, Whitebeard and Big Mom were all visibly shocked. In the final panel of the chapter, Zebec was shown slowly transforming into a devil, his fangs growing long, his eyes turning blank white, and his expression becoming completely void of humanity. Meanwhile, on the other side of the island, Iris and Blackbeard were still running desperately, trying to escape from God Valley, and that's where chapter 1163 ends. As for the analysis of this chapter, as usual, we'll make a separate video for that and upload it next. So stay tuned to the channel. If you enjoyed this chapter, don't forget to hit that like button, it really helps the channel a lot. And of course, subscribe as well. Anyway, that's the full chapter 1163. Hope you enjoyed it. That's all for now. Peace out.